There's something strangely captivating about a world where hope is a dying ember, where cities rot from the inside out, heroes are scarce, and survival feels like a victory all on its own. That's the essence of a grim, dark setting. Brutal, unforgiving settings where morality blurs, justice is questionable, and the line between hero and villain is razor thin. From endless war zones to dystopian megacities, grimdark stories don't promise happy endings. They dare you to endure them. They ask a simple question: what does it mean to stand for something when everything around you is broken? And no character embodies that question more than Judge Dredd, the lawman who is judge, jury, and executioner in a world that gave up on mercy a long time ago. So today, we're diving into this absolutely insane character with severe anger issues and lots of rage. Cue the intro.
Judgment time.
In Dredd's universe, the late 20th and early 21st centuries spiraled into chaos. Economic collapse, overpopulation, and rising crime pushed governments to the brink. Eventually, traditional law enforcement fails completely. Like it always does. So what happens? What replaces it? The creation of judges. Law enforcers with absolute authority. They are the police. Judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one. Massive urban sprawls known as megacities emerged, the largest being Megacity 1, which is the one where Judge Dredd is housed. Covering much of the eastern United States, where I live right now, Megacity 2 is in the western side. Others are scattered across the globe. These cities house hundreds of millions of people stacked in towering megastructures living in overcrowded, crime-ridden conditions. The turning point for all of this comes after the devastating conflict known as the Atomic Wars. These nuclear wars leave most of the Earth a radioactive wasteland and basically just cursed death zones, forcing the remaining population into megacities for survival. In the aftermath, democracy is deemed a failure. Wow, that's kind of topical. The judges seize total control. No elections, no appeals, no second chances. Justice becomes immediate and often brutal. Outside of these cities lies the blasted hellscape. Mutated creatures roam freely. Survivors from bizarre, often violent societies, radiation storms, and toxic deserts dominate the land. The Cursed Earths act as both a buffer and a prison, keep cities inside and chaos outside. Because I don't think I would want to live on either of these, but there's kind of no choice. To maintain control, the system engineers its perfect enforcers. Judge Dredd is one of many clones created from the DNA of a legendary chief, Judge Fargo. He represents the ideal judge, unyielding, incorruptible, completely loyal to the law. Dredd doesn't interpret the law. He is the law.
I am the law!
Through decades of stories, Dredd's world evolves but never improves. The system survives not because it's just, but because it's efficient. And at the center of it all, unyielding, relentless, and terrifyingly certain, is Judge Dredd. He was trained from childhood in the judge system of Megacity 1. He's a master strategist in urban warfare, highly skilled in interrogation and crime analysis, able to assess threats instantly and act without hesitation. He doesn't second guess, he judges. Get it? Anyway, human condition is basically at peak. Even by judge standards, Dredd is exceptional. His strength, endurance, and reflexes are almost at the peak of human capability. He can fight for hours without slowing down, survives injuries that would normally put people down permanently. He's not technically superhuman, but he damn near feels like it. It's kind of like Batman, where he's like peak physique. Dredd's signature weapon is the Lawgiver pistol, a gun that only he can use, and it has multiple ammo types. This is like one of my favorite pistols in fiction, by the way. I love this sidearm. It's got execution rounds, high impact lethal shots. He's got high explosive rounds, incendiary rounds, ricochet rounds, stun gas, rubber bullets, and non-lethal force rounds. And Dredd uses every setting with terrifying precision. This man has has been doing this for so long that he just kind of snapshot. You know, like those westerns where you like snapshot from the hip and they're immediately gone. That he can do that with this fucking thing. Hand-to-hand combat beast. If the gun runs dry, it doesn't matter. These hands are rated E for everyone. Expert in multiple combat styles, and he can take down armed opponents barehanded. Brutal, efficient, and completely relentless. Dredd isn't a normal human, and this is how he's lived for so long. Because I think the man is like in his 80s, and he's fighting like he's 22. He's not normal. He's a clone, like I said, and he was created by the judge system. We've already covered that. But here's the secret. He was engineered to be physically and mentally superior. He's genetically engineered perfection, some might say. Backed by advanced future tech, forged by decades of constant war against crime. But more than anything, he's driven by absolute unwavering belief in order, no matter the cost. The big secret is that they keep doing this thing where it's like he gets given this rejuvenation serum, so every time he ages, he's been aging in real time ever since the comics started. So this guy is actually in his 80s, okay, and he's still doing this shit, fighting like he's 22. So he's kind of cheating, but is whatever. I think the real reason he endures is in a city that chews people up and spits people out. Dredd survives because he's genetically engineered perfection, backed by future tech, forged by decades of constant war against crime. But more than anything, he's driven by absolute, unwavering belief in order, no matter the cost. I loved covering this character. This was fucking absolutely sick. He's one of my favorites. I'm telling you. Okay. I thank you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This one was meaty, even for the very short video. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you all. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Life in shambles. you know the general image. Bye. Peace.